help us or motivate us to keep going up that hill,
Yes, okay.
even down the road, right?
Yes, okay, okay. So here's my very um, core philosophy with the basic training. I'm just going to talk about the basic training, yeah? Because the idea of the basic training is, if I set the gold standard, that if I say like, okay, anyone that can play Hendrix confidently and uh, with skill, you know, he has solid foundation, or he has like that should be like a benchmark for any guitar player, any blues rock guitar player that improvises. If I set that as a benchmark, then I need to provide a ladder how to get to that level, yeah? Because there's no point in learning a Hendrix song when it's just so frustrating because all the foundations are not there, yeah? So that's the idea of the basic training, to kind of establish you as an able learner and make sure that any potential weaknesses that have been built, over the years, like stuff that students just never gotten aware of. They played a lot of AC/DC riffs. I'm just making stuff up, but they never thought about the triads, or people learn a lot of scale patterns, but they never ever got the idea to play a scale on one string. Yeah? It's just kind of little loopholes that are very common to forget. And like you already mentioned one time, you showed the rhythmical pyramids to like a more seasoned musician, and they couldn't do it themselves. So it's a very uncomfortable. It's like you're going to the acupuncture, and I'm just putting in the needles where it hurts. Yeah,
A lot of needles.
it's a lot of needles. So that's the basic training. It just kind of pinpoints possible weaknesses, but also if you work on these skills, if you for example, if you learn the archetype licks, yeah, and you're just able to, if you have them memorized, yeah, and then you can combine them with the flute pentatonics, and you whatever, and you have those devices, and then you can play the triads. Let's say you know how to play an A Mixolydian triad pair, yeah? And you can suddenly play. Yeah, you can play that. You also know how to play a scale on one string. Let's say like a Mixolydian scale on a B string, And you also have control over your rhythm suddenly, where your 16th notes, they suddenly. You can play stuff like that, which is basically the funky slide groove, because this is a very common rhythm, yeah. So you have that down. You can do the accent shifting, yeah. If you combine those, yeah. If I'm able to play, let's say I play. Play maybe. Forgot the chordal style. Suddenly, if someone hears you at the music store, is like, wow, this guy must be a pro, yeah? Or this guy sounds like a pro. Because
Right.
those are really like pro devices that usually the average amateur, even watching YouTube lessons or learning songs, you don't get your hands on these kind of devices, yeah?